Hi, it's Teresa with SmokingHotCigarChick.com. Right now I'm enjoying a new boutique cigar from Ezra Zion. This is one of their limited releases. It's called the Tantrum. And I love the cigar. I hate that it's a limited release because I want it all the time, but I'm very happy to be enjoying it right now. So the name Tantrum. It definitely brings about a picture of something like a child, which is so small and yet can make such a loud tantrum. So this cigar, being very small, it's a petite Corona, is very full-bodied, very flavorful, a lot going on. Strength-wise, probably about a medium plus. Definitely more flavor than strength, which is something I always look for in a cigar. And petite Coronas, that's probably my favorite size. I could smoke endless of these. And when I think of something that's very strong, very small, kind of just enough and a full experience in a short period of time, I think of coffee. The way I like my coffee, I love espresso. And for me, it's gotta be strong, flavorful, and just enough. So I think just a perfect little cup of espresso is exactly what I think of in terms of cigars as well. So I thought, why not do a pairing with them? With cigars like this particular cigar, it starts off very woodsy, oaky, cedary, cocoa, some black pepper in the beginning, so you have some spices going on. It changes, you get some sweetness, you get all different kinds of flavor, and I think there's definitely a nuttiness too, like a toasted nut flavor. And I think those flavors go really well with coffee. And coffees, especially if you're geeky into it, there's so many different roasts, so many different flavor profiles, so depending on your mood and cigar, you can really play around with the coffees. At home, I tend to make, I'll either use like a copper pot like this, and I'll make a Turkish style coffee with some cardamom. The Turkish coffees, you have the grounds in it, it tends to be a stronger roast. And the cardamom spices, I think, with a cigar like this, really play nicely together. It complements the cigar, keeps it interesting without taking away. You get a lot of smoke in this cigar too. Very easy draw, very smooth draw, a nice aroma, which is something I like in a cigar as well. Very, very beautiful experience. So currently I am having, I used my Bialetti coffee pot, so I'm using this one right now. And I added a little bit of condensed milk, kind of like a cafe soda, but just by itself where it's warm. I didn't put it over ice. I think the sweetness kind of, just a little bit too, nothing overly sweet, but I think it blends with the cigar very well. Especially when you have a stronger cigar, if the nicotine ever gets to you, sugar helps kind of calm you down, so I think a little bit of sugar in the coffee can be a nice complement. So at home, sometimes I'll use a French press too, sometimes I'll have the coffee by itself. And I change around my grounds, so it's kind of whatever is available easily. I learned a secret from Kurt Van Keppel of Cigar. He taught me one of his pairings, which is a cup of espresso, like really strong and black, but he adds cayenne pepper to his, so an extra kind of punch. And I think that would be fun with a cigar like this too, that kind of different flavor profile, a different kind of spice. So if you like that, and I think of like the cocoa, the chocolate flavor tones, you see chocolate and chili all the time, so that would just be beautiful together too. So have fun with it. Whenever I do pairings, I try to have the cigar on its own first, just so I can really see what's going on, and then the ones that I'm more familiar with, the ones that I have a box of or I smoke frequently, that's when I start to play around with pairings. And with something like coffee, or actually anything really, it's what you like. Whatever you like, you're gonna like it with anything, honestly, whether it complements it or not. But try to kind of, have a little bit of fun, experiment a little bit further. Maybe you like coffee, but you only drink it black and you go to your local coffee shop and it's whatever they have. Some coffee shops, especially local ones, they'll have their own unique roasts that change every day. So ask them what they have and, maybe have a couple different styles and see how it pairs with your cigar. I had one recently that was very much like dark cherries in the roast, kind of sweet, but still had that kind of bitter finish to it. That would be beautiful with this too. So that's not something I would make at home, it's something I would go out and they usually have, somewhere to sit outside. And on a lovely day, what's better than a nice cup of coffee and a cigar? So what are your favorite pairings? Do you like coffee with your cigars? And if so, how do you drink your coffee? I'd love to hear from you. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.